What's up there, everybody? How's it going today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'll take out my headphones here so I can hear myself think, hear the wind blow, hear nature do its thing. Sometimes nature does its thing and it's not what you want it to be, which circumstantially would be probably in the title of this video. I was going to make this for my secondary channel, my homestead channel, which I haven't been uploading to because I've been I can't upload from where I'm at. I don't have the internet at my new place. So, to get to the point here, I'm working here on my old house, getting it up ready. We just moved a few months ago to a new place. And it's, as some of you know and some of you don't, I don't want to give you the whole preamble, but it's 3 acres with a large field and some wooded areas. And it has a fence around the entire property. And I saw the neighbor out there with his tractor doing something, and I went down and talked to him. We were down mowing the lawn, and his name's Phil. He's a firefighter, younger guy, younger family in their 30s, you know, maybe, with 2 young kids. And I met him and the kids, and I hadn't met the wife yet. And they seemed like nice people. A couple of months passed, right? Now, I have a husky. Many of my subscribers know Lucy. Lucy is, I would love to say she's a sweet dog, and she is, but she is a dog. And so the other day I was finishing up here, and I was exhausted, getting ready to go home, under a little bit of stress mentally, and then I get this text from my wife. Yeah, Lucy just killed all the neighbors' chickens. I was like, now I knew that she did. Like, the minute I got that text, I was well aware that, great. But I was, my response was, what? It's just like, yeah, she went in the coop and killed all the neighbors' chickens. By the time I got home, you know, the issue of, basically, here's what happened. When we leave for work, we close the big gate in the front. There is an area where the sticker bushes had kind of grown over some of the fence, so I know Lucy could go around the fence over there, but she never does. I mean, once in a while she'll run after a squirrel in the woods or something, but I've never ever seen her travel all the way down the driveway, which is like, you know, several hundred feet, and then up into their property. A couple days ago, we were down there working by the gate, and she started walking towards their property, and I grabbed her and I punished her, told her she can't. She knows where she's allowed to go and not go. And so I know they have a chicken coop. We have 2 chicken coops that I'm in the process of fixing up right now. The one chicken coop, apparently the previous owner lost all his chickens to the weasels. And when I went down to see, he had the chicken wire going down to the ground and then flat across the ground. So maybe they couldn't dig right at the edge. No. I went and dug a foot-deep trench around the entire thing, and so now the wire goes underground. My neighbors knew this as well, and she said that the husband had spent a bunch of time like getting theirs underground too to keep the animals out. They had been successful in keeping out all of the varmints, and they had 7 chickens, and these were the daughter's chickens, okay? The daughter's about 8 years old, I think. And when they came home from wherever they were at, school or whatnot, she said they pulled into the drive, because I went over the next day and I talked to the mom. The firefighter husband is out of town, so I went over, apologized profusely. And while we were talking, the front door opens and the little girl looks out and she goes, "I was really sad," and closed it. It's just fucking heartbreaking, dude. Like, I know that the adults can handle it and understand it's, you know, they're chickens, okay? Out there in the country, everybody has chickens. But they're still your family's pets, whether you look at it that way or not, and especially when your little girl is very enamored by them. But she said when they got home, there were feathers all over the place, and the kids were crying in the car, and she got out and walked up, and Lucy was just laying inside the pen. She had managed to dig through a corner that was not properly protected, I guess. I mean, she will find the weak spot. Got into the coop, couldn't get back out. So there's all the dead chickens, and she's just laying there. She didn't know what to do, so she called animal control. When I went to talk to her, she's like, "I didn't know what else to do. They'll probably come to talk to you." She was very nice about it, though. I mean, look, shit happens, okay? There's I mean, they could be total jerk neighbors and be like, oh, you're a horrible person, we're going to sue your ass. Look, most people are reasonable, okay? We offered apologies, compensation, but this is literally my only neighbor, like within eye shot. I mean, we have 4 people down our long driveway, and they're the only ones that are right next door that I've really met. And it's just a shitty way to meet neighbors. Let me just tell you that. It was, and this was just yesterday when I went over to talk to her, and then I was getting ready to come over here to work, and then this van drives up and honks, and this girl gets out. Her name was True. It's funny, she gave me her card. It was True Estes. Her first name was True. Younger gal, probably in her 20s, tattoos and stuff. Like, I don't know, you just don't expect that, I guess. It's kind of it's so funny, me growing up in a time where tattoos and all that were considered, even in the 80s, like, oh, don't hire that guy kind of thing. It's so funny that I still see that as like, oh, right on, alternative people can get jobs too. But anyway, that's beside the point. She was very nice. We talked for a bit. I let her in. She met Lucy, acknowledged that she's a friendly dog. And she's like, yeah, huskies, that's common with huskies. She's like, I run into this a lot. She's like, they're really good with family, even with pets and cats within their own family. But, when they get that bloodlust, and chickens and huskies just do not mix. I don't care how you look at it. But at one point when my son came to visit, it was like a few weeks after we moved in, he was driving up the driveway and the neighbor's chickens had been out free roaming. And they were walking up my driveway somehow, and he was like corralling them up the driveway. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know if that was just normal. But right then I looked, and Lucy was sitting at the top of the driveway looking at these chickens. She knew they were there. She didn't run after them, and I thought, okay, maybe she will listen and understand. So I corralled the chickens back home. And that was that until this happened. So here I am, telling you all about it, I guess. It's not the kind of thing that you want to like brag about, that your dog just went and mutilated a bunch of the neighbor's chickens. But I think it's, an important topic, because dogs are sneaky. You just don't know. And if you want to know what I did about it, or what the circumstances and what ended up happening, well, when I woke up the next morning, the first thing I did was went out with the weed whacker, and I cut down and then raked out all of the sticker bushes along that fence area, because they were woven into the old metal fence and it was all warped. So I pulled all those out, got all the sticker bushes out, then I unwarped the fence, and I knocked in a new post, and I stretched it over. Not only that, but I dug like an 8-inch deep trench on the front, as much as I could, and stuck a cut a sheet of plywood into like long slices and implanted them down into the ground. Then I proceeded to take another heavier duty wire fence and put that over the other side, and then another piece of wood, and then screw those pieces of wood together. So let's just say I did everything I could. And when she showed up, that might have saved my butt, because she says, normally in these cases, what we do is we have to declare them a dangerous dog. And that means that they have to be always tied up, always in a kennel, muzzled when people are around, all this shit. She goes, but in circumstances like this, where it was livestock, especially chickens, and you guys are out in the country, it's not, this is a very common thing. What we do is we label them a potentially dangerous dog. And all that means is that they have to be licensed, microchipped, and after 2 years you can file to have that thing removed. Which is totally legit, man. Look, if my neighbor's dog got out and came over and killed all my chickens, I would expect them to be on fucking their best behavior too. I mean, I would want their dog on probation. So I have to go in and get her current on her vaccine, and get her a microchip, which I don't have, and then get her licensed, which I'm just not a good dog owner in that way. I've never really catered to society's norms. I've never got my dog's license. People get their cats licensed. I don't know. It's like, whatever, they're animals. They're pets. The microchip makes sense to get them back home, but Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing now. And get my dog legit. It should be all good from then on out. If you're curious about what would happen if your dog was labeled potentially dangerous, it's actually more than just putting them in a roofed, locked kennel run and muzzling them, your insurance rates go up. Your home insurance rates go up if you're buying a house or own a house. And those are one of the questions they asked us when we signed up for our mortgage. Do you have a dog, and if so, what kind? And I remember the guy saying, oh yeah, it's not on the dangerous list, so that's good. So I was like, oh, okay, that's good. So just good things to know, to be aware of. And nature does what nature does. I mean, I don't blame her for doing what a dog does, but as a owner of that dog, or representative for that dog rather, it's my job to make sure that she's trained and taught properly. But she is a Spitz, she is a Husky. They're very stubborn, and I've always managed to have stubborn dogs like myself. So anyhow, it sucks, but it's just shit we deal with. So I guess that's my dog killing chicken story. Hopefully things get better from here on out, and I make friends with more neighbors. Peace out.